So why is this my absolute favorite time to garden? Easy. Nature finally starts working with you. That brutal summer heat is finally backing off, which means less stress on your plants and way less watering for you. And the best part? A lot of the worst pest cycles are wrapping up for the year. You'll find yourself dealing with far fewer of those annoying aphids and caterpillars. But the real magic is in the flavor. As the nights get cooler, plants like carrots, kale, and spinach start pumping out more sugars to protect themselves from the cold. It's like a natural antifreeze, and the happy side effect for us is that they become unbelievably sweet. A carrot pulled from the ground in October is a completely different vegetable from the one that you planted in the spring. Now, before we jump to what to plant, we have to talk about when. There is one number that changes everything for your fall garden, your average first frost date. This is just the date when, on average, your town gets its first frost. I'm in Denver, Colorado, and so the first average frost date here is October 6th. You can find the projected date of your area with a quick search for your zip code plus first frost date. Got it? Great. That date is your new best friend. Now, every seed packet has a days to maturity number on it. To find your last planting date, just count backward from your frost date by that many days. And here's a pro tip: because the days are getting shorter, things grow a little slower. So add an extra 10 to 14 days to that days to maturity number as a little insurance. This simple math is the secret to perfect timing. All right, now let's get to the fun stuff, what to actually plant. We'll start with the fastest and easiest wins, the things that can give you a harvest in about a month, leafy greens. And this is where succession planting becomes your superpower. First up, the speed demons, arugula, mustard greens, and loose leaf lettuce. These guys are the champions of a fast harvest. Here's what I do. I sow a new short row of each one every 2 weeks starting now. This staggers everything, so instead of drowning in 10 pounds of lettuce all at once, I have the perfect amount ready to be picked every single day. Just make a small trench. I like to put in some worm castings, and then scatter the seeds in a row. Cover them lightly with the soil and keep them watered. In about a month, you're cutting fresh salads. When you harvest, just snip the outer leaves and the plant will keep making new ones from the center. It's the ultimate cut and come again system. Next up is spinach. Now, spinach is obsessed with cool weather and will give you gorgeous dark green leaves all autumn. I mean, seriously, is there anything better than grabbing a handful of fresh spinach from your garden for your morning omelet? Okay, now it's time for the heavy hitters, the greens that basically laugh at light frost. Swiss chard and kale. These are the plants that will probably be the last ones standing in your garden, often giving you food well into early winter, depending on where you live. Swiss chard is an amazing 2-for-1 deal. You get the crunchy, colorful stems, which you can chop and saute like celery, and you get the rich, earthy leaves that you can use just like spinach. It's incredibly productive, and a light frost hardly phases it. And then there's kale. If there's one celebrity in the cold weather garden, it's kale. I have a hoop house, and with just a little bit of extra protection, I've had kale last until February, despite the cold Colorado winters. Not only is it tough as nails, but its flavor and texture actually get better after the frost. The cold tells the plant to turn its starches into sugars, making the leaves sweeter and taking away any bitterness. I always have several kale plants going, and they keep us with greens for soups, stews, and kale chips long after almost everything else is gone. Just like the others, harvest from the outside, and the plant will keep giving you new leaves from the middle. If you've ever only had a carrot from a plastic bag at the grocery store, you are in for a mind-blowing treat. Root vegetables pulled from the cool autumn soil are a whole other level of sweet. Now let's start with carrots. Like I said, the first frost is a magic wand for carrots, making them so very sweet. You want to plant carrot seeds directly into the garden bed. The trick is to make sure that your soil is nice and loose without a bunch of rocks so that they can grow down straight. Once they sprout, you have to thin them out to about 2 inches apart. I know, it feels like criminal to pull out perfectly good seedlings, but if you don't, they'll be too crowded to grow into actual carrots. Next up are beets. Beets are another fall superstar. They grow pretty fast, and just like carrots, they get sweeter when the weather cools down. Plus, you get a bonus crop, The beet greens are totally delicious and you can cook them just like chard or spinach. You can succession plant these too, giving you a steady stream of both roots and greens. Finally, the quickest of them all, radishes. Want that instant gratification? Then you want to plant some radishes. Many varieties are ready to pull in as little as 30 days. Whenever a summer plant is done, I just pop in a few radish seeds in its place. Sowing a small handful every week ensures that you'll always have that spicy, crunchy bite for salads and tacos. All right, now hold on. You can't just stick these new seeds where your summer crops used to be without giving a little something back to the soil. A great fall garden starts with a little TLC. First, gently clear out any summer plants that are officially done. Here's a great trick. If you're pulling out any old bean or pea plants, just cut them at the soil line and leave the roots in the ground. Those plants are nitrogen fixers, and leaving the roots keeps that amazing nutrient right where your next plants can use it. Next, you've got to add some food back. Your summer garden was hungry. Now the time is to top your garden beds with a few inches of good compost or aged manure. This recharges the soil and gives your fall veggies everything they need to thrive. Finally, think about adding a layer of mulch like straw or shredded leaves. Mulch is fantastic for keeping the soil moist while your new seeds are sprouting. It also keeps weeds down, and as the weather gets colder, it acts like a blanket, insulating the soil and protecting your plant roots from early frost. It's a simple step that can extend your harvest season even longer. So no, your gardening season is definitely not over. The most relaxing, rewarding, and delicious part of it is just getting started. You don't have to plant everything we talked about today. Just pick one or two that sounded fun to you. The most important thing is just to start. Get those seeds in the ground now, and you'll be rewarded with an amazing feast that will carry you right through the beautiful days of autumn. So what are you most excited to plant in your fall garden? Let me know in the comments. I really do love hearing what everyone's growing. And if this helps you see the awesome potential of a fall harvest, giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing would mean the world to me. Now, let's get out there and plant.